Tune in to Sunny 88.7 FM and also on Sunny TV every Friday morning from 9:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. Also a repeat broadcast on Saturday morning from 9:30 as we bring to you the Cradle to Crayon Show. Join me and my team of doctors and health experts as we answer your questions, give you expert advice, clear all myths, and also share real solutions. Remember that informed parents raise healthy children, and healthy children build a stronger future. See you. From infancy to adolescence, from prenatal care to safe motherhood, we discuss it all. Maternal health, vaccinations, infant nutrition, preventive care, mental, physical, and emotional wellness of both the mother and baby. We talk about what truly matters here. Tune in to Sunny 88.7 FM and also on Sunny TV every Friday morning from 9:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. Also a repeat broadcast on Saturday morning from 9:30 as we bring to you the Cradle to Crayon Show. Join me and my team of doctors and health experts as we answer your questions, give you expert advice, clear all myths, and also share real solutions. Remember that informed parents raise healthy children, and healthy children build a stronger future. See you. From infancy to adolescence, from prenatal care to safe motherhood, we discuss it all. Maternal health, vaccinations, infant nutrition, preventive care, mental, physical, and emotional wellness of both the mother and baby. We talk about what truly matters here. Tune in to Sunny 88.7 FM and also on Sunny TV every Friday morning from 9:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. Also a repeat broadcast on Saturday morning from 9:30 as we bring to you the Cradle to Crayon Show. Join me and my team of doctors and health experts as we answer your questions, give you experts.
Gradually, the month of June coming to an end. We are grateful to God Almighty for the 6th month in the year. My name is Abby and I'm excited. Welcome you to Cradle to Crayon Show right here on Sunny 88.7 FM. We are live across the world on www.sunnygh.com. We're also on Facebook. Check out our Sunny 88.7 FM Facebook page, Sunny TV Facebook, and also Cradle to Crayon Show Facebook page. We are there. We're also on Sunny TV. Join us and let's have an amazing time. The course of the show, as we do every time, we open our phone lines. We say thank you to our sponsor, Back Specialist Hospital and Fertility Center. Now, if you are listening to us right now, I'm sure whether you are driving in your cars, you are home watching us on Sunny TV, or even watching us on the app on your phone, I want to find out, how are you sitting right now? Are you sitting well? Are you sitting upright? Or you have your neck bent forward over your phone? Now this morning I have here a physiotherapist. She's with Focus Orthopedic Clinic. Want to talk about poor posture. Want to know everything about that and how this is becoming very common in recent time, and the long-term effect actually has on our muscles, on our joint, and our total well-being. My guest is Na Abukaili Mensa. Like I said, it's a physiotherapist with Focus Orthopedic Clinic. Now, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good to have you.
Thank you for having me. I think this is the first
time I have a physiotherapist in here.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Nice.
So, poor posture. Before we come to the poor, when you say posture, I'm sure it's something that we've all heard about. What is posture?
So, good morning to all your listeners and viewers. So, when we talk about posture in simple terms is the way we hold ourselves or position ourselves in, that is either sitting, standing, lying. So it's either we are moving or not moving, how your body is positioned, how your body interacts with each other, like the parts of the body interacts with each other in all these positions, sitting, standing, or lying. Yes.
Okay. So in that sense, when you say poor posture, what are we looking at?
Okay. So when we talk about poor posture, we've mentioned that posture is how you're positioned in all these different situations I've mentioned. But poor posture happens when in all these different positions or I've mentioned, you are placing undue stresses on your body parts. So for instance, if you are sitting and you have your head bent forward, okay, or your neck bent forward, you are placing undue stresses on the structures, the musculoskeletal structures, so the neck, the muscles, and all that. So that's when we would say that you're assuming a poor posture. And in simple terms, that's the definition for a poor posture.
Okay.
If you're in a position where you are placing undue stresses on the different parts of your body.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you have types of poor posture?
Yes. So we're going to talk about, I would want us to look at two, that's the standing and then sitting.
Okay.
So in standing,
even in standing, your posture could be bad in standing.
yes.
Okay. I thought it only happens when you are seated.
No.
While standing,
So
as
while standing, yes.
Okay.
Even in lying, you can
Sleeping.
have a
Okay.
poor posture in lying.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Because all these are movements that we go about in our day-to-day activities.
Okay.
And we position our bodies in a way to, go about these activities. So yes, you can have poor posture in standing, you can have poor posture in lying and sitting as well. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So in standing, you can have what we call the hyperlordotic way of standing. So what happens is I'm sure you see some people having, like their stomach pushed out, and then you have at the back, their back sort of like curving inwards more, their lower back curving inwards more.
As we put it to be sano. Is that what we usually say in our local parlance?
Something like that.
Yes, okay.
So you sort of like rotate your pelvis forward,
Okay.
and then you have the stomach pushing out. So that's the hyperlordotic. And then we have the hyperkyphotic. So that's when the upper back, you have it rounded a bit more, so it's a bit more protruding. Okay. So your upper back, so with that you can have it in standing and then in sitting as well. When the hyperkyphotic way of like example of poor posture. Okay. And then we have one that is more like a scoliotic. With that you see an asymmetry, especially in the person's shoulders. You would have one shoulder coming up a bit higher. If you should look at the person, especially from the back, okay, person stands and then has one shoulder sort of like a bit higher than the other side. Okay. So these are some of the examples of the standing poor postures in standing. And then in sitting, the most common one right now is what we call the forward head posture. And most of us, if not all of us, are culprits of that. That's the emergence of the use of our the use of our phones. So most of the time, the use of the phone, the laptop, you bring your head forward. So anytime your head is like not on top of your neck, is way forward, okay, then we have what we call the forward head posture. And then slouching, we have slouching as well. That's a poor posture in sitting. So slouching is just a lazy way of sitting. So it could be that you have your buttocks coming forward, okay, is not touching the back of your chair or your seat.
Okay,
yes.
Like at the edge of your seat.
Yes. Or it could be that you are hunched over whatever you are doing. You are sort of like just a lazy posture or position in sitting. So those are like the common examples of poor postures in sitting. Yes.
Okay. Would you say that some people are at a higher risk of having poor posture?
Yes. So one of the things is depending on what you do. Okay, so especially sedentary workers, workers that are mostly behind a desk, you are using your laptop, you are using your PC, you are more prone to, like, well, I mentioned the forward head posture or the hyperkyphotic one, okay, or slouching. Yes, so due to the nature of your work, you are most likely to assume those postures. Okay. And then we have special needs children too, especially if like the caregivers or their parents are not really trained on how to position their children. Yes, they tend to assume poor postures because their muscles are weak, there's deformities and all that. So once they are sitting and you don't know how to really support them, yes, they tend to assume poor postures.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Do you add school children because of their heavy school bags on the back every time?
that is also something that can predispose children to having, poor postures. Yes. So when they have their heavy bags, okay, at their back, you are most likely to assume the hyperkyphotic posture around your back, and yes, so to be able to balance yourself and hold your bags, especially those with the heavy bags. Yes. The other thing too is they can end up assuming the scoliotic posture I was talking about, especially if they have, sometimes I don't know whether they are trying to look cool or
swag.
Yes.
Or show their swag.
They have the strap just on one side.
On one side.
So most likely that side you have the shoulder sort of like coming down, and with the other side being higher. Yes. Okay. So that can also predispose them to assuming poor posture.
I'm sure that a few of us listening now, we might have poor posture, but can never tell. I'm inclusive.
Yes.
How can you tell whether you have poor posture? Are there signs that can tell you that this is where you are?
Yes. Okay. So one thing, I think the main thing or a very common thing is pain. Okay. So if I should assume, for instance, if I'm working and I assume a certain position and notice that after a little while I'm feeling pain in probably certain parts of my body, okay, then it can sort of prompt you, maybe you are not assuming a good posture, you are in a poor position, so you probably need to check. So that is a major thing, like a very simple thing, major and simple thing that you can use.
Should alert you that.
Yes.
Okay.
If
so pain,
you're probably assuming.
So with the pain, just on the back.
It's not just on the back. So posture, even though mainly maintaining the natural curves of the spine is involved, that's one of the major things. How you even position your wrist when you are working on your computers or your laptops, how you position your wrist, how your knee is positioned in sitting, your hip, your ankle, it all plays a part. Remember you mentioned that poor posture happens when you place undue stresses on certain parts of your body. So it's not just the spine. If your poor posture, you are placing undue stresses on your knee, you can place undue stresses on your knee or your hip or any other parts of your body.
Okay.
Yes. So it's not just the spine. It's just that the spine is the main thing we talk about, the main focus. Yes.
Okay.
It plays a major role in.
Okay. As a physiotherapist, I wanted to find out from the beginning of the discussion, how is like your work like? Is it, what kind of people do you see? Is it people with just poor posture, or it goes beyond that?
Oh, it goes beyond that. Okay, it's not just poor posture. We see various, and I must say that sometimes even with a poor posture. Okay, so sometimes even with the poor posture, you might even have someone assuming a poor posture, but might not end up with us
coming to see you.
Yes. So
they treat themselves at home.
Not that they treat themselves as home, but it might not get to the point where
they'll need to see you. Okay.
Yes. What matters is that you are in whatever position or posture you assume. You're able to change positions.
Okay.
What really matters, or what is important, you are not assuming those postures over a very long period. Okay. What really is the issue is assuming a poor posture over a long period. That's what really brings the issues. Yes.
Okay.
So it's not just, we don't just see it's not always about poor postures.
Poor posture.
Yes.
Okay. You had mentioned that it's not everybody who gets to see you. Connection with poor posture, at what point would you advise that they come in to see a physiotherapist for professional help?
Okay. So remember I mentioned one way you can know you probably are assuming a wrong posture is when maybe we assume a certain position, and then afterwards after a little while you start feeling some pain. So if you notice that pain, even after assuming that position, that pain is still not like reducing or not going, then something should prompt you to seek further help. Yes. When you notice that afterwards you have, maybe when you position yourself in a certain way and then you perform your activity, you notice that probably afterwards there's some joint stiffness and all that, then you probably need to seek the help of a specialist. Yes.
Okay. Well, as 15% of the I have here now Abuka Elements, such as a physiotherapist with focus orthopedic clinic, discussing poor posture. We say thank you to our sponsor, Specialist Hospital and Fertility Center, and obviously they are center for all your fertility, maternal and general health concerns. Their services include IVF, IU, and other fertility services. They do child health and pediatrics, women's health and gynae, obstetrics and maternity, internal medicine. They do general OPD care, inpatient care, the surgical service, that's both general surgery and plastic surgery. They do theater service, laboratory and ultrasound scan service, amongst others. They are right here in Accra, in Taifa, or call them on 0558 862-292 or 0592 196003. Pastor Charlie's Hospital and Fertility Center, integrity and excellence in health care. Yes, our phone lines have been open. I'm to call it 0540 130 684 0540 130 684. It's the same WhatsApp line. Do that. Call our number. You can send us a message or even drop the messages on our Facebook page, Cradle on Facebook page, Sunny TV or Sunny FM Facebook page, and then my physiotherapist here will answer you. Now, so when they finally come, what kind of assessment do you do before you do anything? What do you look out for? What do you ask for before you can proceed?
Okay, so for our assessment, we first start with the subjective. So that's more like questions, asking questions. So we need to know about you talk about what the person does on a day-to-day basis.
Your the type of work you do.
The activities you engage in and all that. Okay, that helps with our assessment. Then we move to observation. So to observe, we look at the sitting posture of the person, look at how the person sits, and then we look at standing. So standing, we look at you from the side view, from your side. We look at you from the back, the front. When you are moving, when you are walking, how do you position yourself? So we look at all that, we assess all that, and then it helps to inform us whether you are assuming the wrong postures or a poor posture that might be contributing to whatever complaints you came with. Yes.
Okay.
So mostly that's what we do in assessing. Yes. I've just brushed the surface, but then it's more into details. Yes.
Okay. But for irrespective of your age, it can be corrected, or maybe beyond certain age, you say no, because of your age, you can't correct. Just have to manage you.
Okay. So what I'll say is what we are talking about is in poor push is more or less like a habit.
Okay.
It's like a habit. Your mental processes are all involved. Your brain is sort of used to whatever posture you've been assuming. Yes. So it's like breaking a habit. Yes. And it's we all know that breaking a habit, it takes some time. Yes. So for elderly patients, you might say even though you might not really see much, because imagine someone sitting with a hyperkyphotic posture over 40 years. Which one is that again? The one that you have your upper back protruding more.
Okay.
So imagine someone being in that posture or that position over 40 years, 50 years. Yes. Trying to correct it, you might not get as in like 100% correction. But that doesn't also mean that we would say we won't achieve anything, because the little that you can do can also go a long way to help the patient. Because if the patient comes in with some pain, some corrective exercises, some advice and all that can probably go a long way to help. Yes. So even though we are saying we might not, as in a younger population, we might not get about the same results as in an elderly population, we still do not say no, we won't do anything about it.
Definitely.
We still try to work on
Definitely.
it. And then, yes.
Definitely. Typically, how long does it take to see improvement when they come in?
So that is should I say individual basis.
Okay.
Yes, it depends on the individual too, and it depends on the individual also sticking to. So most of the time it's not just you coming in, we'll probably advise you on some exercises to be doing on your own. Okay, so if you are sticking to it and you are taking the advice, trying to change all those, yes, you should see results. You should see some results in the as in a short time. But as we said, a habit, it takes some time
to break it.
Okay. Yes, please.
Okay. I want to look at the effect of this poor posture, because like you had mentioned, it's not something that we should go by, something that we should also, with the positions you had mentioned, how does it affect us, probably in the long term or in the short term?
Yes, so I think since I've been talking, I've been mentioning pain. Yes, so that's like the most common effect you can have from poor posture. Okay, so both short term and then long term. So short term pain, probably after you've assumed that posture or that position, you might get a bit of relief afterwards, but then the long term, that's when it turns into chronic pain. So with that, even at first you might still feel some pain, so that's when more or less you need to really be serious with seeing a specialist to help out with it. Yes, another thing effect is you can have some joint stiffness. Yes, and you can also develop sometimes some of these should I say structural, or some of these deformities that you can have, like the hyperkyphotic pusher I was talking about. In the long term, you might end up with that, because it's like your muscles, your MSK system has sort of adapted to that posture, so you have muscles shortened to assume that position, and then so it's like in the long run or in the long term, that's how like your body will sort of should I say look like, or that's the position your body will sort of assume. Yes.
In improving it, are there some basic exercises that you get patients to do?
Yes, so with the exercises, I must say it's more individualized.
Okay.
Yes, so if I assess you, I know the poor posture you are more or less assuming, then I would prescribe specific exercises for you.
So it means there are levels. The poor postures, there are levels. Some are better, some get worse.
Yes, I would say so. That's why we're talking about the long effects and all that. So long effects is like it's becoming more structural. Let me put it that way. So with that, yes, you have like levels. With some, you can easily correct. It's easier to correct and all that. Yes, with some too, as we said, it might be difficult.
Okay.
Yes, so that's it. As in the levels that we are talking about. Yes.
Okay. There's a question here saying, good morning, please, I need help on how to correct my 6-year-old boy who pushes his tummy and chest out when walking and standing. I've been prompting him on it anytime I'm around him, but it looks like it's becoming a habit. I'm in a car and I'll get down soon, so can you ask for me? Okay, thank you, Mommy. Mommy, that's Mommy's question.
Okay, so I think you were asking about the exercise, and I mentioned it's individualized, but then generally you need to have a good core, strength.
This replies Mommy's question.
So I'll
okay, you come to Mommy's question. Okay,
so core strength. Okay, so your core strength needs to be top notch. Okay, so the core muscles are the muscles that hold up your spine, so from the front to the back. Okay, so for the person asking the question, I think with this it will be good to see a specialist. Okay, so like a physiotherapist.
Pushes his tummy and chest out when walking and standing.
Yes.
Okay.
So you need to see a physiotherapist to assess.
Okay.
So most likely, if you are pushing your tummy out, you're going to weaken your abdominal muscles. Okay. The abdominal muscles will be weakened. So we need to work on that. Okay. So it's not just you prompting the child to correct himself or herself. Okay. You might prompt. That is also, we talk about that giving cues for the child to, assume the correct position. But if they've done it over time, okay, then probably there's an effect on the musculoskeletal system. So we need to work on strengthening the muscles involved. Yes. So it's going to be both strengthening the muscles, working on the muscles, and then having the cues, as in prompting them to assume the right postures. Yes.
Okay. So she needs to sleep.
Yes, it will be good to see.
Okay.
Physiotherapist.
This other question is saying that if someone spends long hours sitting, how often should they take breaks and move around? Debbie from Taifa.
Okay. So mostly what we say is about 30-45 minutes.
30-45 minutes.
Yes, you need to take a break.
Okay.
Yes, 30 minutes at most 45 minutes. You need to take a break. Some few seconds, some few minutes, just to do some stretches, just to move. And you remember I've been mentioning that some of these postures, what we need is that you keep changing the postures. Yes, you don't need to assume that posture that you are in over a long period. So 30-45 minutes, you should take a break. Yes.
Okay. I've seen posture braces. I've seen them. How effective are they?
Yes.
So does it mean they depend on it for a long, permanently?
Okay. So with the posture braces, when you read about, there have been some researches on it, and mostly what is said is that for short term, yes, you might have most of the researchers for short term, you might have just a little bit of, like, should I say correction, or it just helps a bit. So what is doing is that, so the way it is, it sort of like prompts you if you are going into like a poor posture, especially if you keep rounding your back or pushing your upper back out. It's once you are going into that, it sort of like
pushes you back.
Yes, it sort of like prompts you because of the straps and all that.
Are you okay?
So then you try to
when do you advise to wait?
So as I was saying, short term it can sort of help, but we don't want you wearing braces over a long period. It makes your muscles, should I say, lazy or weak, because it sort of like takes up the role. So we don't want you wearing braces over a long period. So if even you are to use it, it shouldn't be throughout the whole day. It shouldn't be throughout the whole day.
Is that something you can wear to work and still wear your jacket on or anything?
You can take it to work, but as I said, it shouldn't be the whole day, and it shouldn't be just you wearing the brace. You should combine some strengthening exercises as well, because as I said, long-term wearing of braces makes your muscles weak. It weakens your muscles, makes them lazy, weakens them. Yes, so you can't have them on for a long period. They are saying forever you'd use the brace.
Okay. Our time is almost up. Is there a quick posture check where, our listeners, I'm sure, like I'd mentioned, someone driving, someone at home watching on your phone where your neck is bent over, that you can do consciously, that every time, because I was asking you that, I'm sure there are some few times whether you go beyond the good one, and then you said yes, it happens, but once you know the guidelines, you know that once it comes to mind, you still go back and assume the right position. Are there some quick ones that our listeners can do right now?
So right now, I'm sure most of us are seated.
Yeah, seated, because we are talking about it. Yeah.
Mostly seated, or even in standing. So just check, is your head right on top of your neck, or
your head? But it's always there.
Sometimes you can have your head forward.
Okay.
So it's
bent forward,
like right on top, in line. Let me put it that way. In alignment with your neck. Let me put it that way. Okay. If your head is misaligned, so it's way in front of
bent,
your neck, bent forward, then you know you are not assuming a good posture. So your head, the neck, your shoulder in line. Then we come down to your hip. This is for if you are seated. If you are standing, to then from the hip goes to the knee, and then to the ankle. So all these parts should be in alignment. Okay, should be in sort of like, should I say, a straight line.
Okay.
Let me put it that way.
Okay.
Yes. So if you are checking and you have one part somewhere else
not aligned well,
yes, then
okay,
you need to try and correct.
Okay. Okay. At times, is there a number you want to leave behind for someone who wants to reach Focus Orthopedic Clinic? Reach out. Yes.
Okay. So for our numbers, or you could personally contact me, and then we could.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So you can contact me on 0246 891 588.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's the number that you can contact.
Reach out. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Okay. Thank you so much, Na. Thank you for
Yes.
making it. Thank you. And then thank you to all those who listened, those who watched on our app, those who watched on TV. Don't forget, same time tomorrow morning, we have a repeat broadcast on Sunny TV. To our sponsor, Bar Specialist Hospital and Fertility Center, we say thank you. And then to the guys here, to Need, to Bless, to Eugene, and also Ezekiel, have a good working day and stay blessed. Bye-bye.
From infancy to adolescence, from prenatal care to safe motherhood, we discuss it all. Maternal health, vaccinations, infant nutrition, preventive care, mental, physical, and emotional wellness of both the mother and baby. We talk about what truly matters here. Tune in to Sunny 88.7 FM and also on Sunny TV every Friday morning from 9:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. Also a repeat broadcast on Saturday morning from 9:30 as we bring to you the Cradle to Crayon Show. Join me and my team of doctors and health experts as we answer your questions, give you expert advice, clear all myths, and also share real solutions.